Guys, what's going on? Welcome to Serial at Midnight. My name is Heath, and in this episode, we are throwing a Mill Creek Entertainment party. I've got the latest releases from Mill Creek Entertainment, but we are also going to be talking about some stuff that I found in a retail store from Mill Creek Entertainment that I just had to buy and share with you. I think they're just the coolest and I have to talk about them, and this is the place. Let's kick it off with something we've already talked about. This is Evil Takes Root. This is now available everywhere. I saw it in Walmart with my own two eyes. Evil Takes Root, now available. We have a full review for this. Thanks to everyone who entered the contest to win this movie, courtesy of Mill Creek Entertainment. I'm going to link to that coverage right here. As always, if you don't see anything when I point up here, you're watching on a device that does not support those playback features, those pop-up windows. Check in the video description below this, and I'll put it there also, because I want you to be able to find this review. This is a really cool movie. It's an independent horror film, 2020, brand new, and it really brings something cool to the table. It's something I don't think we've really seen before, so I want to champion that and celebrate it. I think the next most logical place to go from there would be the arrival of the latest Ultraman box set from Mill Creek Entertainment. This is the Blu-ray presentation of Ultraman Ginga. This gives us Ultraman Ginga and Ultraman Ginga S and the movies. But here's the breakdown. This is everything that's included in this box set. I call it a box set. It's very slim. Ultraman Ginga the series, Ultraman Ginga S the movie. I'm sorry, I'm out of order here. Ultraman Ginga the series, Ultraman Ginga S the series, Ultraman Ginga S the movie, Showdown, the 10 Ultra Warriors, and Ultra Fight Victory. So that's like a bonus right here is Ultra Fight Victory. 4 Ultraman items in this one. Now, Ultraman Ginga and Ultraman Ginga S are kind of two halves. Halves? Why did I say it like that? Two halves of the same coin. You know, they're kind of a piece. They kind of come together. But the other things, you know, the movie, that's its own unique, you know, that's a theatrical release. I love how they throw these movies on here, these theatrical films, and you get like the whole package for whatever this particular Ultraman title is. And Ultra Fight Victory, again, it's 4 distinct pieces of Ultraman lore, Ultraman history. And while I haven't watched this yet, this just came, I have not watched this yet, but one of the things that I'm excited about is I've already met these characters because I've been watching these Ultraman box sets as Mill Creek has been releasing them. Ultraman they do a really good job. Like the series itself, the overlords of Ultraman, you know what I mean? Like the Subaraya Productions staff and crew and producers do a really good job of explaining past Ultraman history to you. You know, every Ultraman series is kind of a new thing. It's like a new opportunity for reinvention, new heroes, but there's such a connection to the past, and they make sure, so many of the past Ultraman heroes, characters, pop up in each consecutive series, and they'll end episodes with kind of like an educational guide, like today's episode spotlight, we're focusing on this character, and it's 30 seconds about that character, who they are, what they do, what their power is. Today's monster, this. I love that about the show. So some of you guys may not have seen this yet. I know there was a little bit of a thing that happened at the in the packing and the distribution of this, where some people did not get, hold on, this is the movie spree code. Some people did not get the movie spree code, and they also did not get the booklet. I do have both, so if you don't have these, let's go through these just so I can show you. Here's the cover of the booklet. It shows all the different forms of the Ginga Ultraman character. Then we have our profile pages. I love, by the way, Keith Aiken from Sci-Fi Japan is, from what I understand, is very involved in the production of the text for these things, as well as some of the coordination. And Keith, if by any weird coincidence you see this, I just want to say you've done a great job with this. Credit where credit's due, right? Here is the more characters. You get a kaiju guide. You get a kaiju guide, and some of the big enemies. Here's our series guide. So these are going to be, you know, by disc. I always like to point out with these Ultraman series, they never put too many episodes on a disc. You're getting like 5-6 episodes per Blu-ray. That's ideal. That's wonderful. This is the second page of the episode guide. And this is the last page. So we're getting more of the series info, the movie, the info of the movie, and then Ultra Fight Victory. Ultra Fight Victory. I kind of... Ultra Fight Victory! So that is that's the booklet. The discs themselves are just gorgeous. I love that they have different key character art on each of the discs. So these are the first two. Let me make sure they're facing straight up. These will be different forms of our characters, different fighting forms of the Ultraman heroes. Here is our film, the movie, and here is the Ultra Fight Victory on its own disc, which is great. Mill Creek, if you're watching this, just a fantastic job. Guys, we are approaching, I have something special planned. I don't want to tip it too much, but we're approaching around the 1 year mark from when we first got Ultraman. The deal was in place a little earlier. The first product on shelves, been about a year. And in that year, what Mill Creek has achieved, they have been behind this. They have pushed this. They have made sure these were in stores. I'm so grateful because it could have gone a different way. You know, we could have had, it could be 1 year later we had 3 series or 2, you know. We have over a dozen Ultraman items in our collections in 1 year because of Mill Creek's commitment to this line. So thanks to Mill Creek for this. I should also say thank you for Mill Creek. Thanks for sending me these copies, these review materials, so I could pass these on to my audience so that they can see. I wish they could hold and smell because that's an important part of it too. But let's move on, you guys. This triple feature. By the way, some of these are September 2020 releases. Some of these are October 2020 releases. Some of this you can buy now. Some of this you can pre-order now. As always, for the stuff we cover for Mill Creek Entertainment, you can scroll down to the video description. I have links for you there, so you don't have to go Google it. You don't have to hunt. There will be the links in the video description. You just click through and that's where it is. This is a 3-pack of kind of hot thrillers. I don't know what you would... Diabolique, which is how I always want to say Diabolic DVD. I want to call it Diabolique. Diabolique, which has Sharon Stone, Isabelle Adjani, Chaz Palminteri, and Kathy Bates. Some heavy hitters there. Some real Oscar winners there. Did Chaz Palminteri ever get an Oscar? He's a great actor. I'm thinking maybe for like a Bronx Tale way back in the day. Incognito with Jason Patrick from The Lost Boys. How are the maggots, Michael? You're eating maggots. Irene Jacob and The In Crowd. What would you do to get in to The In Crowd? So these are, there is a movie spree redemption code for these as well. And all 3 films share one Blu-ray. We've seen this from Mill Creek in the past with certain catalog titles. I always think it's cool to have more, you know, like the more the better. The quality is fine. You know, these movies are not like 5 hours each. So we're looking at, what are the years on these? 96, 97, and 2000. So these are, oh, here's the running time, 5 hours and 22 minutes. That's no big deal for a Blu-ray. This is a double feature, and I gotta tell you guys, I'm not familiar with either one of these movies, so I'm really eager to discover them. We have Imaginary Crimes with Harvey Keitel, the Wolf, aka the Wolf. Shout out if you know who I'm talking about. And Silent Fall with Richard Dreyfuss, Linda Hamilton, and John Lithgow. What a cast, man! There's some heavy hitters there. You've got Sarah Connor. You've got Richard, like, what do I, Mr. Holland from Mr. Holland's Opus. There's so many directions you could go with Dreyfuss. And then John Lithgow, Yoda from the from the radio adaptation of The Empire Strikes Back. I think it was Empire. That's a joke. I mean, he was Yoda, but he's a fantastic actor as well. This is really, I'm really curious about all of these. These are like family thrillers, like thrillers centered around family drama, right? So it's going to be like The Predator from Within, you know, that sort of a thing. So, I mean, this one in particular, that cast, man, I'm just really curious to see What is all going down here? Imaginary Crimes is rated PG, and then Silent Fall is rated R. Starts Friday, rated R. So, again, Movie Spree code. Someone has asked me, I've heard some confusion about this in the past. Movie Spree is Mill Creek's proprietary streaming service. These do not redeem in other streaming services. This is redeemable through Movie Spree. Movie Spree has an app that's on just for your phone. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on your computer. There's if you're Roku enabled, like I have a Roku TV. So there's a Movie Spree app for the Roku TV for if you had a Roku device. You know, that's how you would do it, and then you just stream it. And there's all sorts of cool stuff there. If you sign up, like right now, you sign up, you get it's like 100 movies. It's crazy. So cool stuff. What do I want to go with? I'm going to save one of these for last. We're going to this double feature. We're going to do all the double and triple features first. This is Big Bully and Wrongfully Accused. Now, I've never seen Big Bully, but Rick Moranis, man, I miss Rick Moranis. He was a staple of my childhood. You know, Ghostbusters, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Honey, I Blew Up the Baby. Like so many Rick Moranis movies, and then he just kind of walked away from it. And I just saw him in a commercial for like Mint Mobile cell phone service. And like, this is what he's doing. This Rick Moranis is back in a cell phone commercial. Okay, but it's just good to see him. And it's going to be really good to catch up with Rick Moranis here in Big Bully. It's Rick Moranis, Tom Arnold. There's more here. I got to do the old man thing with my glasses. It's directed by Steve Miner. It also stars Carol Kane. Where do we go? Let's go with Taxi for that one, but also When a Stranger Calls. Jeffrey Tambor and Don Knotts. That was a bad Don Knotts, but it's got Don Knotts in it as well. So I think he's the principal in this movie. Just a really fun cast there. And Wrongfully Accused is one of those Leslie Nielsen spoof films. Now it's not associated with the Zucker brothers from the Airplane, Naked Gun, you know, that milieu. But it's still a lot of fun, and it came from a period when he was doing a lot of stuff like this, like the Mel Brooks movies and things like this. And I did see this back in the day. I remember I used to work the video counter at the grocery store that I worked at when I was a teenager, and I think I brought it home from the video counter and checked it out. And it spoofs. It's primarily a spoof of The Fugitive, but they also work in Mission Impossible. I think there's The Usual Suspects as well, if memory serves. So once again, Movie Spree digital redemption code, 2 movies, 1 Blu-ray. I'm really looking forward to catching up with Wrongfully Accused and discovering Big Bully. You guys, Snow White, A Tale of Terror with Ripley herself, Sigourney Weaver, and Sam Neill. It's Jurassic Park's Sam Neill. The glasses are a good prop for this video. You know what I'm saying? I'll just pretend, you know what? Snow White, A Tale of Terror walks by, and I'm like, yeah. So many glasses jokes. Snow White, A Tale of Terror. This is another one it was the video store counter. The video counter had this at the grocery store, and people would rent it and they'd be like, what a crazy movie. Yeah, man. So it's Snow White, but darkly, you know, kind of like maybe the original Grimm's fairy tales, sort of a take on the Snow White legend. I'm not showing you guys the back of these boxes, and I should. Here's the back of this one. I'm sorry. Did we do this one? And just for I know I showed you the back of Ultraman. Okay. This is this is 98. Was it that late? I could have sworn this movie was from the 80s, but it's not. Well, check out Sam Neill with his rockin' hair. Like, we can all aspire to be a little bit more like Sam Neill. Yeah, I don't know. Like, look at how dark this thing gets. You got like it's like a real. You know how Grimm's fairy tales are always darker than like the Disney version, like the real tale of like the Little Mermaid or Snow White, or you know. So like we bought a book of Grimm's fairy tales, and I don't even know if this is Grimm's fairy tales. I'm just kind of using that as a reference point. But like the fairy tales, they're so much darker. Like kids getting eaten and stuff. I mean, it gets way darker than the sanitized versions that get adapted from it. So This is really cool. It's a dark, have I said dark enough? It's a very dark take on the Snow White tale with actors that we love. So I think that's really cool. Michael Cohn directed this. This one does not have a movie spree redemption code. I just want you guys to know this is, who is this licensed from? I'm going to say, well, I'm not going to guess. I don't see it here. So I'm just, oh, it's Universal. Okay. So just be in the loop. You were getting the disc, the movie on disc. And this is one that, this is the one that has generated the most conversation in the Serial at Midnight social media circles. Battlefield Earth. Now, some people really like this movie, and some people really do not like this movie. I would say Mill Creek has put together a package that whichever camp of those you're in, you're served well here, because Daniel Griffith's Ballyhoo Motion Pictures has done special features for this release. And they didn't just make up stuff, it wasn't just a retrospective. They talk to everyone involved in the production of this movie except for John Travolta and the cast, Forrest Whitaker, whoever. Listen to this. Saga in the year 2000, directing Battlefield Earth. A new interview with director Roger Christian. Roger Christian, I think he won an Academy Award, right? Star Wars' Roger Christian. Roger Christian is an amazing talent as far as just like his technical prowess. He's been in the middle of the filmmaking scene, science fiction, special effects, his own intellectual properties for 45, 50 years. I mean, he is deep in this. Man knows what he's doing. He's worked on the entire, like the Star Wars franchise and his own franchises. He's an incredible, I think he did win an Oscar for one of those. Leverage, writing the first script, a new interview with the screenwriter J.D. Shapiro, director, writer. Endangered Species, scoring Battlefield Earth, a new interview with the composer, Elia Cimarral, I'll say it is. Domes and Drones, creating the miniatures, a new interview with model maker E. James Small. And finally, last but certainly not least, Psychilo Circus, designing Battlefield Earth, new selected scene commentary with production designer Patrick Tatopoulos. You guys, this is the story of Battlefield Earth from the people that made Battlefield Earth. And there's so much to say. I'm going to tread lightly here. John Travolta, Scientologist. This movie, based on a novel by L. Ron Hubbard, the founder of Scientology. If you know anything about how some of this stuff plays out behind the scenes, the Church of Scientology is very involved in what the people who are in their church do and how they do it. And I just think that the fact that we get an alternate take, or just any take, on how this movie went down, what made it what it is, what made it successful for you, what made it not successful for you, the story being told from the people who actually put it together. I think that's super interesting. As always, anytime Daniel Griffith's Ballyhoo Films pops up on something, Ballyhoo Motion Pictures pops up on something, he's Ballyhoo Films on Twitter, I get just really excited. He is one of my favorites. I think he's doing some of the best work in the business. His documentary about Waterworld is as good as the movie Waterworld is. Horror Express, man, I just love what this cat does. And cheers to you, Daniel Griffith. So really good stuff. Guys, this is one I'm equally excited about. This is a DVD. It's 4 movies with either Dean Martin or Frank Sinatra, or both in the same film. Who Was That Lady? How to Survive a Marriage and Ruin Your Life. Contract on Cherry Street. I just realized I didn't show you the back of Battlefield Earth. There it is. And Pal Joey. Now, these are DVD. I'm okay with that. I understand that there's probably some source limitations, like what's available, what's been remastered in HD. We should always remember that when it comes to some of this stuff with DVD versus Blu-ray. I know there's a lot of people who are like, I will only watch Blu-ray. That's how you say it. I will only watch Blu-ray. But there's so much out there that has not yet been readied for Blu-ray. And if you don't watch it on DVD, you won't watch it at all. And I think we should all aspire to see more movies, see more stuff. It won't make you worse. It'll make you better. Like seeing more movies is a benefit for all of us. We have, I think it's 3 discs here. There's more here. Who Is That Lady? And How to Save a Marriage and Ruin Your Life is on 1 disc. contract on Cherry. Oh, hold on, this is getting complicated now. Why am I doing this? These two movies, and then on its own disc, Frank Sinatra, The Very Good Year. They were very good years. This is a 5 parts, 245-minute documentary series about Frank Sinatra. And then Frank Sinatra Memorial, rest in peace, Frank Sinatra, and the Ocean's 11 story. In case you weren't familiar, the George Clooney movies with Brad Pitt, those are based on an old property from the 60s, right? Early 60s. The original Rat Pack classic, Ocean's 11. So this is loaded. I would love to... Guys, let's make this a huge success for Mill Creek, because selfishly, I want more movies with these guys. Who did these come from? Are these, I don't want to guess, I want to look for a logo. Sony. These come from Sony/Columbia. There are more movies with these cats. Dean Martin was in a bunch of Westerns that I would love to see pop up on, if not on Blu-ray, at least on DVD. So much of this stuff is now like not in print. There were some things that were done via like classics label, like a on-demand kind of a thing. I want to see those get put back in the light of day. This is very exciting for me, and I want to see more people support it. I want to see these succeed, because I love that. There's nothing cooler. You know who called Dean Martin the king of cool? Elvis Presley. If Elvis Presley thinks Dean Martin is the king of cool, well, that's good enough for me. So there are this is 4. There are 2 other things that I want to show you guys that I saw at Walmart. This is the same place I saw Evil Takes Roots. First is this box set of musicals. This was not on my radar. I have so many of these Mill Creek 50 packs, the Kung Fu 50 pack, or the martial arts. I think it's martial arts 50 pack. We got like a pure horror collection, different horror collections. I've got several of those. Drive-in movies. Like, I love the 50 movie packs. Here's the thing. War movies. These are not as common from Mill Creek as they used to be. Again, I'll reference the interview that I did with Mill Creek Entertainment, and I think the understanding is that you can only package these so many times, right? You have the same movies, you can only say, here they are, so many times. I was not familiar with this one, so this is something that I'm really happy to have been able to grab. It's musicals. It's 50 musicals. Here are, you can freeze frame this. Hopefully the resolution and the lighting is sharp enough that you can see these and you can check for what's on here. I know there's a lot of like jazz musicals here, a lot of 40s stuff, 30s movies, 40s movies, Sid Charisse, Gene Autry, Bebe Daniels, Lena Horne, you guys, Nat King Cole, Lana Turner, holy cow, Jimmy Durante. I was going to do the voice, but I'm going to save my throat. Andrews Sisters, Bing Crosby, Duke Ellington, Fred Astaire, Tex Ritter, John Ritter's dad, by the way, in case you didn't know. Judy Garland, fantastic stuff. So I paid less than $9 for this. This was in Walmart for like $8.96. I was like, sold. This is one of the newer, it's a 12-disc set. It's one of these newer Mill Creek box sets. They're moving, can you hear? I'm sorry, someone's at the door. Who is there? They moved away. This is the new hard pack design that they're going with. You know, in the past, there's been different experiments with packaging, right? This is the latest. I think Forever Night, my package of Forever Night is in this. I think Royal Pains. I don't have Royal Pains here to show you, but I believe that their edition of Royal Pains on DVD is in this hard pack. I dig it. And then all of these discs, they've kind of moved away from the envelopes, and now it's on these are kind of like sleeves, and everything is secure. So I just want you to know, I want you to see it. And again, this wasn't sent to me to tell you about, to review. I bought this, and I just think it's cool enough that I wanted to show you about it. Tell you about it. I don't just review stuff. I like to say, I'm not a billboard, you know? I'm saying this more and more. I'm not a billboard. If I'm covering something and I'm showing you something, it's because I either asked for it, so I could show it to you, or because I just really believe in it, and I care about passing on that passion to you. And this is no different. I'm talking to you about these because I think they are cool. I think they deserve to be seen. Guys, the Golden History of Hollywood. This is a 3-set box set, a 3 individual piece box set. Let's go through them one by one. And this is the one I'm most excited about. A 4-disc set of Screen Legends documentaries, over 20 hours of Hollywood biographies. So each one of these is going to be a biography of a star. These are the stars that make up this box set. You have 2 discs of men, 25 men, 25 women. I mean, the greats: Bette Davis, Katharine Hepburn, Greta Garbo, Liz Taylor, Barbara Stanwyck, Grace Kelly. Let me move to some dudes: Marlon Brando, Fred Astaire, Henry Fonda, Clark Gable, Errol Flynn, Gregory Peck, John Wayne, Paul Newman, William Holden. It's incredible. It also comes with a Movie Spree redemption code for these. It's the 4 discs stacked on top of each other. I'm okay with this. This is what we're doing. I'm okay with it. Hollywood's Best and Brightest. This is 30 living legends and the Hollywood history they made. Here we've got Jack Nicholson. I did him. I did my best. Let's see. We got Streisand, Nicholson, Jane Fonda, Stallone, Jodie Foster there. Again, 4 discs of profiles on celebrities. I'm really interested in this. I'm interested in the biographical aspect. And then the last one is equally cool, and the award goes to 80 years of the Academy Awards. And this is 4 discs? This is 3 discs, and it's profiles on the most prestigious movies of all time. So we're talking about, they break it down by decade. By the way, this has a Movie Spree redemption code as well. Disc 1, Birth of an Icon, the Golden Era, the Vintage Year, Hollywood Goes to War, the Post-War Years. Disc 2, A Method and a Message, the Epic Years, A Time of Change. You can see how we're charting movie history through the Oscars, through the movies that were deemed the best movies of their year, of their era. I think that's super cool. I think maybe we could probably all serve to do a little bit more learning about movie history, right? So kudos to Mill Creek Entertainment for consistently. This is not a rarity, man. This is like spewing discs all over the place. This is like The Exorcist, but instead of that pea soup, it's discs everywhere. This is not an anomaly. This is consistently, Mill Creek is bringing it heavy every single month. And so again, September and October releases. I'm going to put links. I'll even put links to these box sets that aren't even new. I'll put links to that as well. Now I'm realizing all the work it's going to take to come up with links for all of this, but it's okay. I do it for you guys. Guys, thanks so much for watching this Mill Creek Entertainment Spotlight. Which of these are you going to grab? Which ones have you already grabbed? Some of these are already on the shelf. I would love to know, and as always, I love to continue that conversation. And it's not just me telling you about this stuff. And that's my job here, to tell you about this stuff and to say, look what's here. This is what's out. Isn't this cool? But I like to continue that conversation with those of you who actually do go check this stuff out. I like to touch base with you and see what you thought about it and continue to celebrate this stuff, because clearly I love it. I want you to love it as much as I do. So many of you do. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you to Mill Creek Entertainment. Take care, and until next time, I will catch you later.